Hello there, Halal Integrated Platform or HIP, powered by Halal Development Corporation, is a networking platform that connects to global halal ecosystem, equipping your business with a competitive edge. As a HIP member, you can engage internal HDC stakeholders and external strategic partners within the halal industry. So, what do you get as a HIP member? Here you go. You get financial facility, market access, human capital development, business capability development, and halal industry support and facilitation. How does industry players can utilize HIP? As a buyer, you can search halal products through our HIP database. As a service provider or financial institution, you can engage with halal industry players. For government agencies, you can offer initiatives and programs. Hey, venture capitalists and investors can also seek for unlisted company to invest. For halal professionals, you can access our database for halal ingredient sourcing. Finally, manufacturers and sellers, join us to promote your products and get connected to the global supply chain. What are you waiting for? Join us for free as HIP member. Enjoy opportunities and exclusive access and increase visibility in halal industry. Let's go!
La 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 la.
Awak boleh kan senyum-senyum lagi time-time macam ni? Supplier kokor kita dah habis, awak tahu tak? Minggu ni saja dah banyak dah order. Saya dah dapat 3 supplier dan semuanya sibuk. Awak, saya rasa kita terpaksa cancel order.
Allahuakbar. Cia. Sorry. Hak dah dapat dah supplier koko tu.
Hah? Macam mana awak boleh dapat?
Hak guna Halal Integrated Platform yang dibangunkan oleh HDC juga. Macam-macam ada. Ada komiti HIP dan juga maklumat servis.
Ya Allah, awak. Terima kasih. Alhamdulillah.
Itulah. HDC ni bukan saja bantu kita dari segi latihan dan juga rundingan halal tau. Ni, kejap lagi kita ada meeting dengan company dari Turki. Diorang dapat tahu pasal kita ni pun daripada program business matching.
Very nice. We are definitely interested. When can we get the parcel?
Salam. Pergi makan dulu ya. Bang, elok-elok balik tu.
Hat, tengok berita ni.
Apa? Bakal menantu mak masuk surat khabar lah. Wah.
Mak bangga sangat. Bakal menantu akak.
Alhamdulillah. Aku terima nikahnya Cik Asia binti Cik Azlan dengan mas kahwinnya RM300 tunai.
Alhamdulillah, akhirnya halal.
Kita dapat pergi Istanbul.
Saya
Abang jangan gembira sangat. Kita kena ingat fokus tau. Kita pergi ni bukan semata-mata honeymoon kita saja. Tapi kita punya bisnes kek batik Cia dengan Mamet.
Yes.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, kek batik Cia go international. Woo!
Jom.
Explore the latest beauty trends at Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia and connect with industry leaders from around the globe. The largest and longest-running beauty trade shows in Malaysia. With over 400 exhibitors and 1,000 beauty brands to showcase your products to an audience of over 15,000 visitors from more than 60 countries and regions. Bringing you the latest innovations, technology, and solutions.
I'm enjoying it, but yeah, it's not enough. I gotta come back.
Visitors will experience the latest beauty products, engage in procurement negotiations, and participate in a variety of seminars, sharing sessions, and live demonstrations. Experience a world of exciting events, competitions, and more.
This is our third time joining this Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia, and it is a platform for us to increase our brand awareness. It gives us a very, very good opportunity to expand our social networking and also bring in more potential dealers for us.
As a skincare expert in this particular field, we must always keep up to date, and this is the place where it is a must go for anyone who wanted to understand skincare.
It's basically giving young entrepreneurs, giving young people who are in the industry to develop, grow, and learn. So we need to move forward. We need to raise the bar higher. And this will be an amazing platform. So know, learn, educate yourself. And of course, most importantly, to see what is the next steps in the beauty industry.
I think diverse because it covers so many different geographic locations and different product categories.
So as someone that's very new in the industry, I don't have any contact, so I don't really know where to start. So coming here has allowed me to really come face to face with suppliers that are in the industry. So that really helped me to understand the product that's already in the market.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's live webinar titled Grow Your Halal Business in the Beauty Industry, proudly held in conjunction with Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia 2025. My name is Muhammad Haikal, and I'm from Halal Development Corporation or HDC, and I'll be your MC for this afternoon. Before we begin, there's a few quick notes for all participants. Kindly ensure your microphones remain muted throughout the entire session to avoid any disruption. And if you have any questions for the speakers, please drop your question in the chat box and Secretariat will answer your questions promptly. So let's begin our exciting program lineup. We will begin the session with welcoming remarks from CEO of Halal Development Corporation, Mr. Hairul Arifin Sahari. Then, followed by the keynote address will be given by Ms. Claudia Bonfilioli, International Director of Informa Markets Beauty Division. Then, Mr. Hafiz Jamaluddin, Head of Halal Integrated Platform, will share on the outlook of halal business market. Next, Ms. Curly Lim, Event Director of Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia, will share about opportunities for halal beauty business to be part of Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia. Finally, there will be a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So to all participants, you may post your question in the chat box. Without further ado, I would like to invite our Chief Executive Officer of Halal Development Corporation Berhad, Mr. Hairul Arifin Sahari, to deliver the welcoming remark.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon. Ms. Claudia Bonfilioli, the National Director of Informa Markets Beauty Division, Ms. Curly Lim, Event Director, Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia, distinguished guests, respected speakers, business owners, ladies and gentlemen. Alhamdulillah, I am truly honored to welcome all of you to this afternoon's webinar, themed Grow Your Halal Business in the Beauty Industry, held in conjunction with Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia 2025, the country's most prestigious and longest-running beauty trade exhibition. This webinar marks an important step forward in HDC's efforts to equip and empower local beauty entrepreneurs and personal care brands, not only with the tools and knowledge to expand into halal beauty, but also with the right platforms to grow beyond borders. Our goal today is clear: to open the door for more local players to participate meaningfully in the upcoming exhibition and to do so with confidence, strategy, and sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this year's exhibition, Unlocks the Beauty Aisle for Innovation, reflects the industry's transformation. Consumers today are not merely brand loyal, they are choosing values, integrity, and consciousness. Halal certified beauty products, with their focus on ethical formulation, safety, and inclusivity, are becoming a more engine of global growth. The global halal cosmetics market expected to surpass USD 115 billion by 2032, the timing has never been better for Malaysian businesses to capture this rising wave. And in line with this vision, I am proud to highlight that this year's exhibition will feature a dedicated halal beauty zone, a focused pavilion designed to spotlight halal certified and aspiring halal brands, and even more. HDC will be curating a series of pocket talks within this zone, offering bite-sized knowledge-sharing sessions to engage and educate both industry players and consumers. This initiative is not merely timely, it is strategically aligned with the Halal Industry Master Plan 2030, especially Strategic Trust 2, creating new and bigger market space for Malaysia's halal products and services, and Strategic Trust number 6, producing more homegrown halal champions. In this year's exhibition, businesses can look forward to meaningful exposure, visibility, and positioning opportunities, particularly for brands grounded in halal and ethical values. While the specifics will be expanded by today's speakers, I assure you that this platform is your stepping stone to long-term growth and reputation. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin today's session, I encourage each of you, beauty entrepreneurs, innovators, and brand leaders, to stay fully present and engaged. It's not just a webinar, it is a forum for learning, collaboration, and discovery. So ask thoughtful questions, seek relevant answers, and begin mapping your own halal growth trajectory. The momentum behind halal beauty is real and rising. Let's ensure that Malaysian brands are not only participants in this movement, but are leaders in global halal innovation. I wish all of you a dynamic and rewarding session. May today mark the start of your journey toward international recognition, impact, and sustainable success. And importantly, as you pursue your halal journey, Halal Development Corporation or HDC is here to support you not only as a facilitator, but as your trusted partner in halal business. From early stage guidance to certification facilitation and market expansion strategies, HDC stands ready to walk alongside you every step of the way. My sincerest thank you once again to Ms. Claudia Bonfilioli, the National Director of Informa Markets Beauty Division, and Ms. Kelly Lim, Event Director, Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia. Thank you very much. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hairul, for your inspiring opening and for your reaffirming HDC's commitment to empowering halal beauty brands through strategic platforms, knowledge sharing, and global growth opportunities. Your message sets a clear direction for building confident, sustainable, and globally competitive halal businesses. Moving on, next, we are honored to invite Ms. Claudia Bonfilioli, International Director of Informa Markets Beauty Division, to deliver her keynote address. Claudia Bonfilioli is the International Director of Informa Markets Beauty Division and oversees beauty exhibitions globally. She leads the development and growth of events across Asia, the Middle East, North America, and more, with 17 exhibitions held in Asia and the USA. Since joining Informa in 2014, she has played a key role in expanding its global beauty portfolio. Following the integration of UBM in 2018, she has led efforts to grow beauty business-to-business shows in Southeast Asia, making her a driving force in the industry. So please welcome Ms. Claudia. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Haikal, for the introduction. The estimate Arul Arfin Sahari, Chief Executive Officer, Halal Development Corporation, Mr. Mohammed Hafiz Jamaluddin, Head of HIP Halal Development Corporation. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the beauty industry, on behalf of Informa Markets Beauty Division, I'm very pleased to welcome all of you to this today's section. Informa Market is the organizer of Beautyexpo Cosmobeauté Malaysia, but is also the organizer of other 17 exhibitions across the world. We span from east of the world. We start with listening to our China business, Cosmoprof in Hong Kong, which is Cosmoprof Asia. China Beauty Expo in Shanghai and Hangzhou, Chengdu China Beauty Expo in Chengdu. They give us the opportunity to understand a little bit better consumer from Asia Pacific and a little bit better, the consumer drive and the trends in China. Then we go into our North America business. We have a show in Las Vegas called Cosmoprof North America Las Vegas and one in Miami to drive all the South American markets. Show in Europe, Cosmoprof Bologna, and a show in ASEAN for Asian Pacific market, which is Cosmoprof in Thailand. We have a very important numbers of beauty series in ASEAN. The first one that I like to mention once again is Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia. We have Cosmobeauty in Vietnam, Cosmobeauty in Philippines and in Indonesia. Thanks to this global network, we are able to stay very much connected with the beauty industry and also able, to capture the trends that are very important for manufacturer of beauty product, for the supply chain, and of course, trends are mainly chosen by the final consumer. Today, what we want to bring you is a couple of trends that we have been able to scout last year from the American market and from the Asia Pacific market. The next slides. The beauty trends in Asia. Next one. You will see in the description of these slides that the beauty trends that we still capture in Asia Pacific are mainly linked to derma. From the left, you see a trend called Forever Young. Forever Young is what we call a pro-aging in young generation or anti-aging in a more senior generation. The Dr. AI, we see more and more, artificial intelligence and technology that is used to detect and to understand a little bit better, not only the surface of your skin, but the in-depth of your derma. Sunny side up, the sun, protection screen has been a very important development in the last few years, and it's very much more a combination between makeup and then skincare. Let's get cheeky. We know that, more and more we talk about blush. We talk about blush on the skin, and we talk about, bringing pop-up colors on our skin. And then on the spot, we know very well that certain countries in the world are experiencing a little bit of more acne, especially in the young generation. So the industry has brought up a new cosmetics product that are mainly used for a sort of more health derma. The 5 trends that we describe here are trends that have started bit by bit in the market a few years ago, but they had a very strong booming in the last 12 months. In the next slide, I want to describe, a little bit better 2 of the trends that we have selected from this Asia Pacific, network of products that have been launched, from Korea, from Japan. We saw them also in China and Taiwan. And honestly, being around Southeast Asia in the last, few months, I could see very clearly in the distribution channels that this forever young, trend is very much present in all the retail market and also in all the salon market. In reality, what does it mean? There are a lot of questions in the market that are mainly related to traditional, cosmetic product and also related to more advanced skin doctor product. And the blur, there is a sort of gray area in between the two. But what we can say is very clearly that, in the past, only senior people were, more inclined to take care in depth about their derma. Nowadays, we hear about millennials, we hear about Gen Z, generation, that they are really talking to you about the health of their skin and how to progress and to help the skin to become healthy but better, and of course keep it younger in the long run. So there are a lot of solutions that are solutions both for professional and then for home that are really helping what we call the rejuvenating skin. In the next slides, we are talking a little bit more in depth about the value market, because in the observation that we have done, we can see that the rejuvenation devices market that goes, of course, in tandem with the professional treatment has a forecast that rises a lot. Is a forecast from 2.1 billion in 2023, and that goes to 3.9 billion. That is the forecast for 2030. Then in according, of the data of Guide Point Inside in 2024, in an observation of the young generation, what we call the baby boomer, we could see that from America, but also we could see in China, they are very much in the spend of an average of 165 per visit to a salon or to a professional, grade skincare product. So we see very clearly that Gen Z generation, Gen X generation spend around 156, and then millennials spend, according to the research and the statistic, 139. What does it mean? This seems to be only numbers, but this number tell us that young generation is very much into it. And of course, when we talk about such a kind of product, we need to talk about formulation, OEM, ODM, and we need to talk about, the ingredients that are, used in such a kind of, development in the product. So more and more, when we look at the ingredient side of the industry, we hear about more and more, opportunity that are mainly related to inside ingredient that are active ingredient that need to be more and more integrated in a formulation. In the next slide, we talk about something that is completely different. Again, from China and then also in ASEAN. We see a growth of, the sun care product. When we enter in a retail store, we can see very clearly how many meters of shelf these sunny side up products are taking. And then we see very clearly that there is a shift. In the past, we used to adopt such a kind of product only to protect ourselves when we were going into the sun, like going to the beach or being more exposed in the sun time. Nowadays, these kind of products are completely integrated in makeup and in the skincare. They are part of the daily routine, and they are part of what we call advanced skincare products that are healthy, that need to be friendly format. We do not see any longer, the big 500 ml. We see in the market something that is 50 ml. They need to be very nice in touch. They need to be, friendly in the usage. And the forecast, again, for this market, the size of this market is huge, because we are talking suddenly of 40 billion in 2024, and then a jump of 22 billion in 2032. So for sure, for the companies that are in skincare, for the company that are taking care about derma in depth, this is an important sector to be in. In the next slides, again, a little bit more in-depth number, the number I've given you a little before. For sure that we consider that sun is also responsible of certain changes in the skin. We know that especially in North America, there are, research development laboratory on national level that are, very taking care very carefully about skin exposure. And for sure, there is a sort of analysis that brings us a sort of cumulative sun damage. So the global sun care product market has been so strong in developing, product, because there is also something that is related to health. After the COVID time, we know that beauty industry has been mainly gone to healthy approach, mainly gone to a sort of wellness integration between health and caring and beauty. And this is one of the sectors where we see it very clearly. So sun care, caution as well, lotion, and then skincare ingredient and formula are a brightening part of the next generation of skincare product. Integration between sun care and skincare is becoming key everywhere in the world. In the next slide, I'm going to present you a little bit more, trends that are related to, rest of the world. Next one. We can see very clearly that the 5 big trends that have been in the market for a while. Eco-pack. We know that in the world we talk about sustainability, we talk about eco-packaging, we are talking about refilling, recycling. These are mainly the key words that are related to the packaging in the beauty industry. In these five, trends that we have captured for you today, we can also see that the LED devices, what we just call in a marketing way, light on, are very much, and expand, especially for everything that is facial. And then a little bit of glam, and then a little bit of play. I mean, of just playing in the beauty industry, because we have seen in the market a lot of product, from even fragrances to texture to skincare to color cosmetic, that are a little bit bringing us into what we call yummy. So very good combination with the food. So, and mainly with what we call fruits in color. You can see it in color, but you can even perceive it in smell, and then in the texture. The glam, young generation like to go in glam, so they like to go in parties, and then when they go out, more and more they want to have this glow effect that is creating the glamorous, perception to be part of the red carpet community. And then the hair, as hair formulation has become more and more advanced. We have a more and more hair formulation that is in the repairing damage. Hair is very much part of, the next level of formulation in beauty product. I just want to focus on two of these, main trends. One is Eco Pack and the other one is Yummy. So we go to the next slide to describe a little bit better what we observe for the Eco Pack. As I was mentioning before, we talk about recycling, we talk about refilling, we talk about packaging best solution. There are around the world already, in Europe and in America, new indication that are given to the manufacturing industry to reduce the percentage of the plastic that is not recycling, and that is a percentage that is becoming always less and less. There are for sure also not only in the plastic that we see in personal care hygiene product, but also when we go to deodorant, when we go to even soap or hair, we even see some product in the market already that have not packaging at all. The next slide. And when we go and look at a little bit more in depth into the legislation in the UE, in the European market, has proposed a law that will create a single-use plastic by 2030, including the mini cosmetic bottles in the hotel. We have gone through, everybody is going in hotel nowadays, and we see very clearly that there is no longer dispenser, that there are no longer the small plastic bottles that we used before, but there is one single dispenser. And then for US market, there are some region and states in the US that have passed to APR law for packaging, which required a specific responsibility on their product, and then on the life cycle of the product, which means life cycle of packaging and the product OEM itself. The reports of US beauty retailer Beauty reports, it's saying that the global cosmetic industry produce 120 billion units of packaging every year. So which are the takeaway from this Eco Pack? Next slides. And which are the opportunities for the company that are really working in beauty in these days? Well, you know that the consumer are very keen to follow this Eco Pack and then sustainability, but in the reality, we are in a beauty industry, we are in a fashion, we are in a glam. So what we want as consumer, we are all consumer in this today's webinar, because we are part of the industry, but at the same time we are consumer. I want to have something which is nice. I want to have something that is practical. I want to have something that maybe that the usage of certain element like aluminium can be a little bit more sustainable than the rest. And then maybe in some cases the usage of glass is new for new category of product like makeup. We have already started to see it in the market more than using it for the plastic. But the thing that it's very interesting is that the industry is very creative. And we have already experienced recently that there are new technology to have seaweed-based alternative to plastic. So we have already seen in the industry some of the products that have been, replaced, where part of the plastic has been replaced, from seaweed products. In the next slide, and I'm going to conclude, this is yummy. Why? Because we are fun in the industry. The industry is very serious in what we call, the process of health, the process of conscious. We need to be. We all want to have a conscious, healthy, and then very well regulated product. And here is the reason why halal has a very important role to play, even for people that are, mainly into more traditional choice. But then we want also to, we are very, we saw the entering of the gourmand side of the industry in everything that is mainly related to the trends. So we could see in the 2024, we saw fragrances with a sort of interest that is bringing up a certain volume of yummy, volume of color, a volume of texture that are bringing us more into infused liquid blushes and butter that are inspired by the nature and mainly inspired by the fruits. And then in the next one you will see a little bit more a clear example in the next slides where we see that the gourmand, so everything that is related and attracted and goes more into this combination between trends between beauty and food. You'll see that the number of product that are mainly watermelon, caramel, matcha, marshmallow, and then vanilla are dominating, a lot of glossary report. This you can see it's not only in the liquid, but you can see it also in the makeup, and you can also see in the texture of a sort of rich butter. You see jelly texture, you see bubble texture, and then tea bath texture. In the next slides, a little bit more of what are the takeaway, and then I'm going to conclude. For sure, when we look into developing sensorial texture packaging, it's always something that is very nice, because when we touch a packaging that is totally plastic, sensorial is a little bit less. The food that is also a very high source of trends. Food has been in fashion in the last few years, and then it's also an important inspiration for the beauty industry. The collaboration, there is also more and more collaboration with between beauty brands and food. So with the creation of some limited edition, we saw some tea from Japan creating limited edition in beauty. We saw also, multisensorial aspect of the food that is interested to create, more makeup and skincare products. So even when we are, very, very much into the consistency of the business, so again healthy, and then very well regulated, we never have to forget that we are in beauty, we are in fashion, and our consumer wants absolutely to follow all the trends that are funny trends related. Thank you very much for having paid attention to this section, and I will leave this section to the next, next speaker, and then question and answer will be for the end. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Claudia, for your insightful keynote on global beauty trends, from cutting-edge innovations like AI diagnostic and sun care advancement to the growing influence of Asia as a hub for rejuvenation and business expansion. Thank you so much for all the information. Let's moving on to the next speakers. We now welcome Mr. Muhammad Hafiz Jamaluddin, Head of the Halal Integrated Platform HIP at Halal Development Corporation, to share his thoughts and expertise. With years of experience in building Malaysia's halal ecosystem and driving strategic initiative for halal industry development, Mr. Hafiz brings valuable insights on empowering halal businesses through digital platforms and global opportunities. Mr. Hafiz will be sharing about the opportunity in the halal beauty business market. Mr. Hafiz, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Haikal. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to everyone. Okay, today I'm gonna present some sort of insight on the halal cosmetic market, halal certification for halal cosmetic, and what do you need to do if you want to embark on the halal certification journey. So let's begin. So I'm gonna start my presentation with the insight of the halal beauty landscape. So next, please. Next slide, please. All right, so let's look at the size of the halal market. So if you look at the diagram on the left, the size of the global halal market is about USD 3 trillion. Okay, so that comprises of the food, cosmetic, pharmaceutical, and others, right? And then what I would like to highlight here is that if you look at the continents, so the largest halal market in the entire world is actually the Asia Pacific. So it worth about USD 2.8 trillion. Why? Is because the majority of the Muslims are actually around that region. In fact, the demand of the halal product is not just from the Muslim, but it's also from the non-Muslim consumers. So that's the reason why Asia Pacific alone, uh, the demand of the halal product is quite high. Now let's zoom into the halal cosmetic. So if you look at the global halal cosmetic, it was about USD 47 billion expected this year, 2025, and it's expected to grow to 82 billion USD in the year 2029. And again, the dominance, the market demand is mostly in the Asia Pacific, largely driven by the Muslim population and also the increasing demand of the halal certified products. Now, why is this happening? It's because number one, there is a rising global Muslim population. Number two, there is an increase of awareness of halal practice and also the understanding of the halal certification, what comprises of the halal certification itself. And then, of course, there is a demand for ethical, natural, and sustainable product. And e-commerce platform does play a role in terms of introducing and also giving awareness of the halal cosmetic. But one of the things that I would like to also add here is that because of the emerging of the Muslim-friendly tourism sector, cosmetic and personal care does have a demand there to support the Muslim-friendly tourism sector. So that is another element that actually give opportunity for halal cosmetics. So next, please. And then I would like to also share about some figure with regards to the Malaysian export in terms of the cosmetic and personal care. So what the data that we have at the moment is up until 2020, but let's look at the total export value. So Malaysia has actually a total export value worth about ringgit Malaysia 2.7 billion. Of course, it's not big as compared to food, but it's actually increasing at the moment. And if you look at the breakdown of the size of the company that actually enjoy this opportunity, is most of them are multinational. So what we can see here is that a lot of international brand or large corporation, they are leveraging on the halal certification as a value proposition for them to create the uh, um, halal version products of their I mean of their cosmetic products, right? So because of that, they are able to penetrate countries like Turkey's, UAE's, and others. So if I want to if I want to focus into the top 5 export destination at the moment, of course, number one is Singapore. Why? Is because Singapore is actually right now one of the largest trading hub for halal. So obviously, a lot of products actually went through Singapore, but it got distributed across the globe. But Turkey, right now, is one of the market that actually have high demand in terms of halal cosmetics, right? So next, please. Now let's go into why does halal matters for beauty brand. Okay. So number one, next. All right. So based on the DINA standard, Global Islamic Economy, that was published in the year 2024, you can see that the total number of Muslim population has reached up to 2.2 billion, right? Sorry, 2 billion. So it's expected to reach 2.2 billion by in the year 2030. And then with that, the increasing purchasing power and awareness of from the Muslim consumer has also arise. And as you can see, if you compare 2 billion as compared to the global population, which is 8 billion, so that's quite a significant amount of numbers. And now halal has gone, when you talk about halal certification, it has gone beyond religious obligation. So in context of Malaysian halal, when you talk about halal certification, it covers the Sharia compliance. I mean, the religious obligation or the religious requirement, and then you have safety and also hygiene. So there are three elements. That's the reason why a lot of people, when they say halal, it's not just halal but halalan and toiban. Toiban mean clean and safe. So that those are the elements that actually help brands to say that, look, I'm not just safe, I'm also clean and halal, right? So that is what the halal certification carries. And then we can also look into the halal beauty market itself. Now has become one of the high growth sector on top of F&Bs. Now the next sector that is growing in halal itself is actually cosmetic and personal care. So it's expected to grow exceeded USD 115 billion by 2032. So there is a lot of opportunity there. And next, please. A lot of brands, they are also using halal as a value proposition. So they make it as a brand differentiation because they in order for them to compete head to head, is might be a bit more difficult. But now with halal, they can go into a different segment. They can create a niche on their product itself. So as you can see, market like Southeast Asia, Middle East, and North Africa right now is looking for halal certified products. And then now we have this requirement of ESG and DEI goals. So halal in a way complement that requirement as well. Okay. So next, the other factor will be the evolving of the consumer preference. So as you can see now, I think aligned with Claudia's presentation, today's consumer, the Gen Z and millennials, they are um, looking for an ethical product that has transparency and it is actually validates all those value. So if you can, I just want to show you here, based on the information that we have from our Halal Knowledge Center. It highlighted that right now Muslim population is about 2 billion, but 1 billion actually comprises of Gen Z and millennial. And these groups are the one who are right now more conscious about what they consume. And in fact, because of the realization of halal, that normally become the first priority as compared to the brand. So most of people, they are looking for halal first before the brand. Why? Is because halal will ensure that the product is clean and also safe, right? So next. So then the other factor will be, it's not just no pork, no alcohol, but it goes beyond. You talk about permissible ingredients. There are, things like gelatin, things like, other ingredients that need to be certified halal. So the moment we have all those, then as a consumer, you can use it with confidence, right? So this is why beauty brand need to consider halal in order for them to have that value proposition. Okay, now let's look into how do we go into halal. How can beauty brand get their halal certification? So as you can see in Malaysia, we have 9 scheme, and one of it is actually halal cosmetics. So this is practically a recommended journey or a recommended step by HDC. If before you even go into the halal application, we would suggest you to, number one, go and attend a training in order for you to understand what will be the requirement of the halal for you to get halal certification for cosmetic. Because once you understand, especially if you are the product owner or you are at the management team, you need to understand this is because when you want to go through the halal certification, there are things that will require your attention, your concern. And in fact, it goes back, it goes all the way up to what will be your business strategy when you want to go into halal, all right? Now, so the moment you get the moment you go into halal training, we would suggest that you either, number one, you either develop your internal competency or expertise to really work into the readiness of your business, or even to suggest what will be the best next step, or you can um, hire those people who are already trained in halal to be part of your team. But we would really suggest that you have to have your internal team, because it is not like when you want to get halal, it's not simply you engage third party and can tell you everything, because there are things that they need to understand internally in order for them to really get you prepared. So now, once you have that knowledge, then the next step is that you need to make sure, you need to look into your process. You need to look into your existing manufacturing setup, whether it's clean, whether it's comply with the standard, right? Then you need to also look into the ingredient, look into all the ingredient, and in fact, you need to ensure that all your critical ingredient has to be sourced from the halal certified. Okay, there's um, uh, two type here. The people talk about halal, people talk about halal certified. They are halal product, but not certified. But in order for you to get certification, you have to source your product from a supplier that are already certified. In fact, in context of Malaysia halal, you can source from a supplier that are already certified by Malaysia JAKIM, or certification bodies that are recognized by JAKIM. For your information, there are about 85 foreign certification body recognized by JAKIM in 45 countries. Okay. So that's the reason why you need to have your internal expertise in order for you to work on all these ingredients, because I understand that ingredient of cosmetic is not It's not straightforward. It's not like food, is something that is a bit more complex. And sometimes you can't even get that ingredient from Malaysia. You need to source it from some other countries. Most of the cosmetic product that I discuss, when I talk to the owner, most of the cosmetic product here that produced in Malaysia are not 100% sourced from Malaysia. So this will be quite tricky. This is where you need to have some sort of external help. So you can work with HDC in order for us to. I mean, we can assist you on that as well. So once those are ready, this is where you need to work on your documentation. Because you need to establish your governance, you need to prepare you need to have your cosmetic notification, the product note. You need to register your product with not just JAKIM, but also you need to register your product with NPRA and all those, like there's a lot of requirements. If I'm not mistaken, there are about 18 requirements for you to fulfill in order for you to submit. Okay, now, one of the things that I would suggest is that if you want to ensure that your submission will not, I wouldn't say not be rejected, but at least you know that you are fully prepared, is actually try to engage external party to do an internal audit first on your application before you submit to the certification body. A lot of people would say, it takes a long time to get certification, and in fact, when they submit the certification, got rejected. Most of these cases is because uh, number one, you simply do it without even understand what is required. You just simply fill up all the requirement and then you submit. So that's the reason why a lot of application will go through so many round of back and forth, because Malaysian government JAKIM allow individual company to do your own submission. But the thing is, imagine if, let's say, for example, you take an exam without even studying and then you simply go for the exam, obviously highly likely you will not get a good result because you don't even do your background study, right? So that's the reason why we encourage you to step number one is to go for training to understand what is required before you even go for halal certification. All right, so this is practically the journey. So the moment you submit your halal application, then JAKIM will perform a on-site audit to look at your operation and everything, whatever that you submitted, to ensure that what is being declared is there and is in comply. All right. And then once you get the halal certificate, it will be valid for 3 years. However, within that 3 years, you have to ensure that you perform your halal assurance. Your operation has to be in compliance. There will be uninformed audit by JAKIM to do some sort of a spot check in to ensure that you maintain the integrity. So this is the reason why the halal internal the compliance manager that went to the training is very important, because this is the person or unit that is going to take care of that documentation, and they have to monitor the operation of halal. All right. Now, this is just in a GIF. I mean, it does look, it doesn't, I mean, it does not look complicated anyway, as long as you fulfill everything. It's just that from my point of view, every product will have a unique own challenges. I wouldn't say, if company number one do it easy, then company number two is going to be the same. So every company will have their own journey, and this is the reason why you need to understand first before you go into this journey, right? All right, now I want to show you, or I want to share with everyone, which I think as a Malaysian you will understand this, but I just want to share how one company, a cosmetic company, a personal care company, actually has managed to or able to expand their market share using halal. So I think everyone here, especially Malaysian, would not know about the brand Safi. Safi is actually a company that use personal care. that produce a personal care, including cosmetic. So in 1985, they have obtained their halal certification for cosmetic and personal care. And then along the way, they established what they call Safi Research Institute, and this is by far the most advanced halal skincare R&D facility in the world. They do have a research institute, and at the same time, they have a large manufacturing plant that currently produce 75 products with 15 sub brands, right? And now they have now exported their product to Indonesia, Middle East, and Africa. And one of the things that I would like to highlight here, now that they have a manufacturing plant that are already in compliant with halal requirements, they are now offering their facility to be utilized by companies, beauty brands to use their manufacturing plant as an OEM halal certified manufacturing services. Meaning to say that if you want, because us in HDC, we have a lot of requests, we have a lot of inquiry with regards to how do I get halal certification for cosmetic, right? And um, um, especially from from countries like Korea, Taiwan, China, right? So they say, okay, if I want to get Malaysian halal, what I need to do? Obviously, if you go through the normal way, when I say normal way, if you want to go through the compliance, then that means that you have to invest in Malaysia, open your manufacturing plant here, because one of the requirement of the Malaysian halal certification is that your company has to be in operation at least 3 months before they can come and audit your operation. So now, if you want to, normally what we do is that we say, okay, if you want to try it out first, before you even go into the large investment, what you can do is you can engage OEM manufacturer in Malaysia that are already halal compliance. They are already producing halal certified products. So in the case of Safi, what happened is that they actually offer international brand and local brand who are interested to try it out, or even to use their manufacturing plant to produce your own brand, but without having to set up the premise. And in fact, they already have a governance, halal governance in place. They even have the halal compliance manager in place. The thing that you need to work on is actually, number one, to source for the halal certified ingredient. And then number two, you may want to look into the branding itself, because there are certain requirements with regards to branding to make sure that people do, to make sure that it's in compliance with the requirements of halal certification. And maybe you also need to look into um, um, some sort of marketing. That's it. What I would like to highlight here is that this can be your low entry cost for you to try it out in halal, rather than just go full investment and coming and establish manufacturing plant here. So yeah, we'll be more than happy to assist you if you want us to connect you with the OEM here, in order for you to try it out first, because we understand that when you talk about halal certification is actually an investment. So I believe that before you go into that, maybe you want to try it out first. So that will be a smaller investment. Then once you have that data, you understand the demand and all those, this is where you can now go into a bigger investment, right? All right, next. Now I would like to share with you who are we? What is Halal Development Corporation and what do we do? Now, for your information, Halal Development Corporation is actually an agency under the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, which is MITI. And MITI is actually in charge of export and also foreign investment. And HDC is actually was established in the year 2006, and our role is actually an agency that perform the central coordinator that promotes the participation and and facilitate the growth of the halal industry. Basically, our role is actually to do two things. Number one is to help company to increase more players in halal so that they can not just excel in global market, but we can also help company to go beyond Malaysian market. And at the same time, we are promoting Malaysia as the gateway for halal to countries to companies that are outside of Malaysia, right? Now, so what do we do? What do we offer? So HTC, what we offer is that number one, we offer our halal consultancy and advisory. That means that, let's say, for example, you want to embark on halal, and you don't know where to find um, advisors and consultants. So we actually provide that services. So we do help companies, especially international companies, to get them decide, which will be what sort of business strategy that you can embark on if you want to go into halal. And then next, if you want to basically work with or if you want to attend training, we provide training programs. So if you want, let's say for example, everyone here interested to attend our training, then we can organize once a specific training for cosmetic, but we do have 11 trainings. And in fact, we are one of the accredited trainer by Jakim. And through that training, we can actually help you um, to share, what is expected, what are the requirements for each and every scheme, right? And then we have a unit that look into halal park. If you want to invest or you want to open your manufacturing plant here in Malaysia, then we can introduce you to the halal industrial park that's available for you, right? And then we also organize an event, what we call World Halal Business Conference. This is where we invite the captains of the industry to do networking. And then of course we have our platform called Halal Integrated Platform. So this is where we use this platform to connect the halal industry players. It's not just between buyers and sellers, but it's also between manufacturers and suppliers. So let's say, for example, you want to embark on halal certification journey, I would recommend you to register to our Halal Integrated Platform and set up your business profile. We can help you to connect with the suppliers, right? Now, next. So now, because we are government agencies, we are not a certification body, because a lot of people they thought that we are the one who actually produce the certification. Now we are working hand in hand, or we are complementing what Jakim is doing. So Jakim is actually the only certification body in Malaysia. They are, they are at the when you submit your halal certification application, they are the one who are going to process your application and also to perform audit. But HDC, we are at the pre-approval stage and also post-approval stage. When we talk about pre-approval, this is where we can sit down you and we can help you to perform or to help you with the readiness of your application. So I mentioned to you about there are 18 things that you need to comply. So this is where we can sit down and discuss on what and how and what are the things that required for you to comply with all the 18 things. In fact, you can work with us and we can also help you to perform an internal audit before you actually do your submission, so that we can always tweak things and we can advise you what are the things that need to be fixed in before you actually submit your application. So the moment let's say for example the application is all good, there's no issues, then within 30 working days you will get your certification, all right? And then now what happened next, because a lot of people once they get this halal certificate, then they in their head they might be thinking, oh no, okay, now that I'm halal certified, automatically there will be many people coming in and asking for your product. So actually the reality is that the moment you have your halal certificate, this is where you need to start shouting. You need to start letting everyone know that you are now halal certified and now you are already in this segment. So this is where expos like Cosmo Beauty is important. You need to join the expo and you need to start putting your brand as part of the halal products, right? And at the same time, HDC through the platform that we have, we can also help you to now promote your product in the halal industry. So as a beauty product and personal care, we can see that there's two opportunities here. Number one is actually to help you to put your product out there to the consumer. But number two, you can also become a suppliers to the service industry, because like I mentioned earlier, that one of the emerging industry, especially in the non-Muslim country, like for example Japan, and now we have Taiwan, and we have Philippines. They are looking at Muslim-friendly tourism. Now, the underlying, the product that is actually supporting Muslim-friendly tourism, most of them is not just food, but it's also the personal care and cosmetic. Imagine if you talk about Muslim-friendly hotel, Muslim-friendly spa, Muslim-friendly, services that would require, things. Uh, like products from beauty beauty products, right? So this is where uh, it's not just the services, but also the product itself has the product definitely has to be halal certified. But those Muslim consumer would want to have services that use the halal product. So we can see that this is another sector that can be leveraged by beauty product, beauty brands, and also personal care. Right. Next, let's go into the halal integrated platform. How does HDC help everyone that want to go into halal? So I mentioned about the halal integrated platform. So for your information, halal integrated platform is actually a networking platform. It is open, it is free for everyone to use. So everyone, not necessarily the one in Malaysia, it can be from other country, can register your company, register yourself, and set up your business profile. It's practically like LinkedIn, where you need to set up your business profile with all your product, regardless whether you already have halal certified or not. That's secondary. As long as you are producing halal products, list it down, and you never know, because sometimes there are demands from other countries that do not require halal certification. But in our case, if you are in our database and you need us to assist you with your business profile, we can understand what you are producing and what you are selling. This is where we can help to connect you with the right people, with the right buyers, right? Okay, so this is how we help company to connect with each other. But at the same time, through HIP, we also enable companies to have access to our services, like consultancy, trainings, and apa. So um, feel free to register. You can go to hip.hdcglobal.com, and this is where from there you can start looking into what's available for you. Now, on top of that, we use this platform not to just connect you with services that's available under HDC, but we are also working with local strategic partners at the moment. And if you want to if you want to go for if you want to have financial facilities, you want to have access to service provider, logistic players, and all those. So we do have that. And then this is where we can connect you to other services as well. Again, I mean, if you want to go to the website, is hip.hdcglobal.com. Is as written there. All right. All right. But anyway, next please. Sorry. So now, who are the target users for HIP? How can these users actually utilize HIP? Number one, if you are a buyer, distributor, or retail store, let's say for example, you are operating in other countries and you want to source for halal certified products, halal certified cosmetic, you can go into HIP and try to find these products. So this is where we can connect you, and then you can, like have that business matching through online. You don't need to travel. That's what we're trying to do now. Before you even travel, we can connect you through online first. Then once things are going into the next level, this is where you can do your face-to-face meeting, right? And then of course for service provider, financial institution, you can use this platform for you to do targeted engagement, because in Malaysian context, HIP, we work with, at the moment we are working with 8 banks, and all these individual 8 banks, they have their own programs, and these programs is targeting on companies that producing halal products. And of course, government agencies, whenever that they have programs, they will call the HIP members. And now we even have demand from venture capital and investors. They are looking for company that they want to invest as, especially companies that can grow. And most of the investors, they want to see if they can help the company to go beyond the current market. And then remember I mentioned to you about you have to have halal talent or halal compliance manager. If you want to employ one, you don't want to train your internal staff to go through training. We have a pool of halal compliance manager, or what we call halal professional. So you just let us know what is your requirement, what will be the JD. We will do the job matching, because at the moment we have about more than 1,000. Because why can we do this? Is because remember the training services that we provide, those people who are graduated from the training, or whoever that obtain the professional certificate, will be part of the talent pool. So obviously we have a lot of talent pool. In fact, if I can share with you, this is not within the context of beauty brands. In the last 2 years, we managed to help a slaughterhouse in Korea to get four personnel that is qualified as is actually a qualified slaughterer, specifically for ruminants. So with the database, with this data, we can actually help to assist a lot of companies. And then of course, finally, if you are right now currently producing halal products or halal cosmetic, you can utilize this platform even before you get your halal certification, to put or to be visible in the halal market. So again, this is not marketplace, but this is practically like a directory. However, HDC and other people right now, especially in Malaysia, is actively using this database to find things, and this is where we connect the buyers and the sellers, right? So let's go to the next one. If you want to try it out, I understand that there are people who are asking about the link. You can scan the QR for you to go to the website, and feel free, please save the link, or and also you can register yourself first by just giving putting in your email and also password. All right, now let me just pause there so that people can scan and save the link. Okay, now so imagine I talk about business matching, right? So right now, currently, in the last 2 years, with the opportunities or the demand that we receive from outside, what we are doing is that we went through the business matching in a manual way. Meaning to say, there will be people saying that, okay, Hafiz, I'm looking at can you help me to find this? Can you help me to find that? So what we do is that I have my small team here. We will go through into the database and try to see if there's any supplier that match to the request. So now, next, can we go to the next slide, please? We have currently we are leveraging on AI. We are enhancing the um our halal integrated platform, and we are leveraging on AI to help us to do the business matching. Now, the beauty thing about this business matching is that um, since AI can actually understand more than one language, so what we do is that now, if you are looking for something, or if there's any potential buyer in other countries, instead of asking for uh, products or asking for things that they are looking for in English, they can actually talk in their own language, and AI can then translate that, and is will be periodically, basically it will constantly every month it will be looking at what are the matching suppliers, right? So as you can see in the picture here, we have a request in Mandarin. So now the AI is actually looking at the Mandarin, and we will list down. In fact, we will not just list down, but we will email that potential match to you so that you can go to the next step, which is get connected to them. So this module itself, what we call the Halal Navigator, or in short, is HANA. So, for those people who wanted to interact with this HANA, I would recommend you to join or to come to the expo and Cosmobeauté Expo. We will bring our HANA there so that you can try it out, and you can in fact put in your whatever request that you want. Let's say, for example, I see in the chat box earlier, there's a lot of requests that you want to find OEM, or you want to get connected to OEM. You can use HANA, but be more specific, meaning to say, okay, you want to get connected to OEM, but let us know, okay, what sort of product that you are producing, what sort of OEM manufacturer that you are looking for. Give a specific criteria so that whenever that we have a match, we can actually give you a quality match instead of just like a high level match, right? Okay, now just to give you a brief overview, can you go to the next slide? So what happened is that actually I brought Hana to Malaysian pavilion, to World Expo Osaka last April in Malaysian Pavilion for 1 week. We featured Hana to those to the visitors that come into Malaysian Pavilion. So just to share with you, so this is basically some sort of statistic just to give you some idea, how does it work. So what happened is that for the whole entire 1 week, we managed to capture 163 conversation, and of course 50% of it was in English, and then we have Japanese, Malay, Chinese, French, Arabic, even Polish, Tagalog, and Russians. In fact, there are more, but of course the rest of the language was not covered at that moment. So I believe that as we go along, I think the AI model will eventually cover more than 36 language. So the idea here is that we want to enable companies to to break that language barrier, because one of the barrier that we see is that when people cannot communicate with each other, especially in this region, we have people from China, we have people from Indonesia, we even have people from Malaysia, and not everyone know how to speak English, right? So when we have this communication barrier, we from my point of view, I think there are opportunity that we actually miss, because they are not able to talk in English. So with this module, we are able to expand this opportunity beyond English. So we hope that during Beautyexpo, we can capture more than whatever opportunity that we have there, and we hope that with this language feature, we can capture something that is that's not able to be captured when you have that normal conversation, right? So now, my last slide. So what I would like to suggest is that two things. Number one, if you want, I mean, you can feel free to communicate with us in HDC. I mean, we are more than happy to assist you. But if you want us to assist you, if you want to interact with us, we will be here in the event. So definitely, we will bring Hana. So as you can see in the picture, that is how Hana looks like, and we will get you to interact with Hana, and hopefully you can get opportunity from Hana, and at the same time for you to be featured in Hana or to be connected through Hana, we will encourage you. We will recommend you to number one, register your product or your companies in the HIP. Number two, make sure that you complete your business profile. Share with us everything because this information is very valuable, especially when you are using AI. AI do not understand information like human understand. So the more information that you share, the better the AI will be able to capture what you do and what is your product, so that whenever that we have opportunities, it will help to match that opportunity with your companies. All right. With that, I would like to thank you, and we hope that we can see you in October, Cosmo Beauty, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz, for the strategic and informative presentation. Your insight into the halal market landscape, the certification journey, and the role of HIP and HANA in accelerating market access were truly valuable. You've clearly illustrated how these platforms are not only simplifying their processes for beauty brands, but also empowering them to scale globally with enhanced visibility, halal integrity, and long-term sustainability. Moving on, we are delighted to welcome Ms. Curly Lim, Event Director of Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia. Curly Lim leads the largest and longest running beauty trade shows in Malaysia under Informa Markets. With over 15 years of industrial experience, she previously served as the head of marketing at Informa Market Malaysia before advancing to her current role. In addition to her leadership at Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté, she also oversees the beauty and lifestyle portfolio across Malaysia for the company. So today, Ms. Curly will walk us through the exciting initiatives and opportunities available for halal beauty brands at this year's event, including how to participate and gain greater visibility on the regional stage. Ms. Curly, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Haikal, and good afternoon, everyone. Once again, thank you for joining us today at this special sessions of Halal Beauty webinar brought to you by HTC and Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia, BECBM. It is a great pleasure to be here today with our community of beauty professionals, industry friends, and also the aspiring entrepreneurs. With over 15 years in this industry and a strong passion for driving the market innovations, I'm thrilled to present the opportunities that lie ahead for halal beauty brands, especially in our upcoming 2025 editions. Next slide, please. A quick overview. Our shows will return on 30 September to 3rd October this year at the KLCC Convention Center, which is the award-winning venues right at the city center of Kuala Lumpur. Okay, next. Throughout the year, we have been working with many key stakeholders in the beauty industry, including the government agencies, international and local trade associations, and international and local media partners that help us to reach out to the entire beauty community. And next. In 2025, we anticipate hosting over 400 exhibitors from 15 countries and regions, and drawing in 15,000 attendees from across 16 countries. These numbers speak to the power and reach of our platform, not just locally, but also regionally. At the core of our exhibition, you can see Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia brands now entering their 33rd and 20th editions respectively. We cover everything, every sector in the beauty industry, from the professional beauty, hair care, skincare, and cosmetic, to even OEM packaging, ingredients, machinery, and accessories. Of course, not forgetting the halal beauty sectors that we are now developing. So whether you are a brand owners, manufacturers, distributors, or retailers, this is where the beauty business converts. So next slide. Okay, so these are the exhibit profile that we are covering that I already mentioned just now. Next. Okay, here give you a little bit more overview of our exhibitor profile from our post-show report of 2024 editions. So you will see we recorded over 300 exhibitors from 13 countries and regions. And then out of that, 68% are the new exhibiting company. So you can see many businesses are looking for the opportunities in the beauty industry, in the Malaysia markets through our exhibitions. So besides the local participation, we also host 4 international pavilions, which is from China, Korea, Singapore, and Taiwan. Next slide. Here, give you a clearer picture on our visitor profile. So you will see we also welcome the visitors, not just from Malaysia, but also some other regional countries. And then we can see the purpose of visiting of our visitor. They are truly for business. So they are looking for the new suppliers, seek the franchises, they source new products, and also the research for the new product trends. Okay, next slide. And then here, we can see the nature of business of majority of our visitors. You see the top 3, there are those the salon, spa owners, and other beauty services owners that are looking for the professionals beauty brands. And also we have the agents, distributor, wholesaler, importer. They are actually looking for the new products, and also some are looking for the chances to collaborate with the international beauty brands. And then we are also see the trends like online market trends, online marketplace and e-commerce are the rising one. Okay, next slide. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you why are we shining a spotlight on halal beauty in our shows. Because the market is booming, and also the halal beauty sector is projected to reach US dollar 129 billion by 2027, growing at a CAGR of 8.9%. This growth is fueled by the rising consumer awareness, a shift towards sustainable and also ethical solutions, and a strong demand for clean and halal certified products, as what has been mentioned by Mr. Hafiz just now in his presentations. And Southeast Asia in particular is a hotspot. The region has already seen over US dollar 100 million in funding for halal cosmetic startups. With Malaysia's unique demographic makeups, especially within 60 million of women community, 70 whom are the Bumi Putra, our country presents an exceptional launchpad for the halal beauty brands. Okay. And just now, as I mentioned, our visitorship actually range from the individual brands owner to and manufacturers to government agency, e-commerce players, and beauty salons. So in fact, over 40% of our visitors, they are directly involved in salons, spas, and beauty businesses. So many of them are actively looking for the new halal offerings to bring to their customers. Okay, next slide. So these are the statistic of what I've just mentioned, the female demographics of Malaysia populations. And then we also move to the next slide. To discover another interesting trends, which is you can see Gen Z and also millennials females, particular in the urban areas and also the East Malaysia. Later you will see in details. They are driving skincare and personal care purchase. So they are young and affluent, value conscious, and making halal beauty not just a fact-based choice but also a lifestyle preference. So in this slide, you can see the clearly the interest of the spending power of the female. Out of top 5, you can see skincare, beauty, cosmetic, and health and personal care. They are actually top the list. So we can see how promising is the halal beauty business in opportunities in Malaysia. So next slide. So this slide actually presented what I have just mentioned. You see 15.1 million of Peninsular Malaysia populations. They are actually the skincare users. So next slide. Let's look at the East Malaysia. So in East Malaysia, we can see 1 million, which is 61% of East Malaysia population. They are the skincare users. Okay, next slide. So recognizing all these opportunities and with the support of HDC, we are actually expanding our halal beauty zone in our Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia this year. So this exclusive area will offer tailored package designed for the halal beauty exhibitors with the enhanced visibilities and also the promotional supports. So I believe it is a cost-effective way for emerging brands to showcase the products and also connect with the right audience. So as what just now the CEO, Mr. Hairo, has been mentioned, HDC is going to organize the pocket talk sessions, provide the consultations, and also to support more halal brands to be on board to the show, so we can together we can promote the development of the halal beauty business in Malaysia. So besides the halal beauty zone, for the company who would like to highlight their own brands, they would like to pursue the exclusiveness of the exposures. They can also inquire for the normal participations package. So all the selections are available for our customers. So next slide. So here, anyone who interested can actually scan the QR code and also send in your inquiry. Our sales team will reach out to you to understand your business, to understand your needs, and then we will advise the solutions for your participations. Okay, next slide. So besides the halal beauty zone participations, we exhibitors and visitors can also benefit from our VIP buyer program. They can gain insights from the content sessions that we have lined up for all the participants, and also get inspired by the beauty and hair shows competitions that related to skin, hair, and nails products. Next. Okay, so we will encourage the exhibitors, to confirm the participation as early as possible to maximize your participations with all our complementary marketing and also publicity services. So these are some of the initiatives that we actually roll out for the last editions to help promote the exhibitors and also to help promote the shows in order to attract the right target audience. So you will see our promotional and the marketing effort actually covering both traditionals and also the digital marketings. Next. So here it is the overview of the exhibitions. You can see some special highlights from the photo galleries here. Next. So these are some on-site activities. You can see there is a demo sessions curated for the exhibitors. There is a training sessions that presented by some of the brands, some of the beauty professionals. And next slide. So in closing, we would like to invite you to explore the opportunity with us to grow your brands, to access a global network, and also be part of a movement that shape the future of the beauty industry. So just join the our social media community. Yeah, you see we have Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, Xiaohongshu, and also TikTok. So we will have the updates of our exhibitions from time to time, especially new exhibitors that on board into our business that allow you to make the connections. Okay, next. Yeah, I will end my sharing here, and I look forward to work together to everyone to make the halal beauty industry more visible, accessible, and also celebrated. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Curly, for the insightful presentation on the expanding halal beauty landscape from the market's strong growth potential and Southeast Asia's funding momentum to rising customer demand for sustainable products and the power of global partnerships. Thank you so much. And now we've reached our question and answer session. So let's give the participants a few minutes to post their questions, and we'll begin shortly. There's a question for Informa Market. Are there dedicated sessions, networking zone, or pavilion specifically for halal certified brands to engage with potential distributors or investors?
I will take the questions. Yes, as I mentioned in my presentation earlier, so there is a dedicated halal beauty zone that we will have the lineup of halal beauty companies in that area together with HTC and also a pocket talk and also the discussion area to allow the business meetings, discussions, and also the presentation going on during the show day.
I see. Thank you so much, Ms. Curly. And the next question is, what are the deadlines for booth booking, product registration, and promotional material submission?
As soon as possible. Of course, as a neutral business entity, we always open our platform until the last minute. But I would advise the companies to plan earlier, to be prepared earlier, because there are the series of campaigns that we actually line up before the shows to attract the visitors, to attract the potential buyers, to set the date, to make the plan to visit the shows. Yeah, so the earlier that the exhibitor confirm and sending in their informations, the earlier we can include them in our promotional activities. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Miss Curly. And there's one more question for Miss Curly. How can your expo gives opportunity for e-commerce, social e-commerce business brands?
First, of course, we will understand the needs of the e-commerce or social commerce brands. Yeah, because we would like to understand their objective and goal if they participate in our show, whether it's to be part of the exhibitors or whether they be part of the visitors. So once we understand their objective, then we can do the appropriate recommendations for their business solutions. For example, there are also the brands, they participate in the shows. They actually looking for not just the distributor, but they also looking for the e-commerce retailer to help distribute the brands to the online audience. And also, there is an e-commerce platform owner that would like to collaborate with our platform to recruit the new brands into their e-commerce platform and then to reach out to the consumer markets. So we have to understand the objective of all these business inquiry. Then only we can tailor make the appropriate solutions to the businesses.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly. And one last question about regarding the booth. Can we customize the booth design, or are there any pre-designed templates offered by the organizer?
If it is part of the Halal Beauty Zone, it is a standardized designs. Yeah, so like I mentioned just now, if the individual company would like to pursue for the own customized branding, they want to stand out with their own brands to do the significant brand marketing, then that will be the individual participation package offering for the individual exhibitors.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly. And thank you for those engaging questions. And for the question that have been asked in the chat box, we will reply through email after this session. And a big thank you to our speakers for their thoughtful and informative responses. And that brings us to the final part of today's webinar. On behalf of Halal Development Corporation and our partners, I would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to all our distinguished speakers, Mr. Hairul Arifin Zahari for his inspiring vision and leadership, Ms. Claudia Bonfilioli for sharing the global outlook and the future of halal beauty, Mr. Muhammad Hafiz Jamaluddin for his valuable insights into halal beauty market opportunities, Ms. Curly Lim for offering actionable opportunities for brand participation and exposure at Beautyexpo and Cosmobeauté Malaysia. And to all our participants, thank you for joining us this afternoon. We hope today's session has equipped you with valuable knowledge and fresh perspective to help you grow your halal beauty business, not only locally, but also in the regional and global market. We look forward to seeing your continued success and greater participation in future halal beauty platforms. Until then, stay innovative, stay competitive, stay true to the values of halal and ethical beauty. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you and goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.